All right, so the 2021 Tour of Hermann is over. So just a short little video, kind of an afterthought on how the race went. I didn't shoot any video during the race. I didn't feel like dealing with battery changes and all that kind of stuff, but wanted to hop on and just give my thoughts on how the race went, how my performance was, the bike's performance. Yeah, I mean, all in all, the event was fantastic. 2 days of racing. If you've kind of followed along the last couple of months with some of my videos, all of my gravel riding has been in preparation to, or gravel or road riding, has been in preparation to this race, which was last weekend. The build-up and excitement of it was well worth it. I had a great time. The event was well ran, despite restrictions and blah, blah, blah. I think everybody had a good time. I will tell you that I felt very well prepared, and I still got my ass kicked. I really did. I went just 2 weeks before the race. I went out and did the first two loops, loops 1 and loops 2. First day, if you haven't been following along, it's a 2-day race. First day consists of 3 30-mile loops. Second day consists of 2 50-milers. My goal was to do 2 30-milers on day 1 and 150 on day 2, with really the side goal of doing all 5. When I went out a couple of weeks ago, I felt great. I really felt that it was going to be possible for me to do it. Race day comes. I felt like I prepared well all week. I had some knee problems, so I took it kind of easy, but it was really the last 2 weeks that I took it kind of easy. Race day comes, race starts, and I'm flying, feeling great, kind of caught up in the moment of the bazillion people, 300 something, around me. Energy was high. It was just an awesome morning, and I went way too hard on loop 1. I mean, way too hard. I was feeling, my legs were feeling pretty worn out at the end of the first loop, which is the easiest loop of the race. It's 30 miles and, like, I don't remember, 1,600 feet of climbing, not a ton of climbing. But I got kind of just caught up in the race thing and was keeping up with people that I had no business trying to keep up with. So finished loop 1, got ready to start loop 2. Still felt okay, but definitely knew I was pushing a little too hard, and I crashed hard. Not physically crashed, but my body was ready to stop in the middle of loop 2, which was 30 miles and like 3,200 feet or something, 3,000 to 3,200 feet of just nasty hills, constant up and down the whole time. And it kicked my butt. Cramped up a couple of times. Both my quads cramped up, my hamstring cramped up once. It was everything hurt. My back hurt, my feet hurt, my arms hurt, my legs hurt. When I finally finished loop 2, I was done. When I started the day, I really thought I'll get 3 loops today, no problem. At least 1 on Sunday, 150-miler, maybe do both. When I was halfway through loop 2, I knew that loop 2 was it for me for that day. It was not good. I was super slow. The first 30 miles I did in 2 hours, 1:59. The second 30-mile loop I did in like 3:15. It was painful. I literally, at one point, I cramped up so bad I was laying in the middle of the road. Thankfully, there's no traffic, no bike traffic at that point, no car traffic at that point. So I laid in the middle of the road. It sucked. But got back, enjoyed a great kind of event that night with some giveaways and some food, and got a good night's sleep. Next day, felt awesome. I really tried hard to make sure I paced myself better, paid much more attention to my heart rate, and to my cadence and so on. Got caught up first thing in the morning in a fast group, way too fast for me, and I realized it pretty quick, and thought better of it and just fell out of the group. Another group caught up to me. First group, we were doing about 18 miles an hour or so. The first 20 miles of the first loop was flat. It was just a rails to trails on a Katy trail. So the fast guys were really moving, and I got caught up in a fast group, and 18 on the Katy's not hard, but when you've got a couple thousand feet of climbing and another 30 miles after the Katy, I need to take it easy. So I slowed down. Another group caught me. They're doing about 16 miles an hour, so I thought, okay, I'm going to hang with these guys for a while. And I hung out with them for probably 5-6 miles, and I could feel my heart rate, or see my heart rate climbing a little bit. So I slacked off again, just kind of fell back to my own. And at the end of that 50 miles, I felt great. I really did. I felt better than I did after loop 1 on day 1. I really felt, and I actually went through it pretty quick at a pretty decent pace, but I didn't go too hard. I didn't have another 50 in me though. I really didn't. My mind wasn't in it. My body wasn't in it. I packed it up after that. But all in all, 2019, I did 1 loop. That's it. 2020 didn't happen. 2021, I did 3, which was my goal. Next year, I will do 5. I'll do all 5 loops. Bike performed great. Still dirty from the race. But I also paid. Here's another big thing. If you're new to this whole thing, or going out for your first gravel race or whatever, I'm not a racer, okay? But I was more racing myself. Overhydrate in the days leading up to. During the race, if you can, carry as much water as you can, and drink more than you think you should, and eat. That, I think, was a big difference for me for day 2, was I made sure I ate something every 30 to 40 minutes, depending on terrain. I ate something, either a Cliff Gel, or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or Stroop waffles, or something. I was constantly trying to put something in my mouth to keep my body fed, and I felt great. Way better. Took 3 bottles of water with me on the ride. Went through 2. The nice thing about that race, being that it's 3 separate loops on day 1 and 2 on day 2, is that you've got time in between. So I tried to make sure on loop 1 that I went through both bottles, and I just topped them up when I got, before loop 2. And then same thing, my goal was to get through all 3 bottles before I finished the first 50 miles. I did 2, and I just finished the 3rd one when I finished that loop. But still, drink more than you think you should, eat more than you think you should, and it'll help immensely. And don't worry about what everybody else is doing. I know I can't compete with these guys and ladies. I know I can't. But I'm kind of a competitive person, so I try to. When they pass me, especially on an uphill, I'm like, okay, I'll catch them. I'm a big guy, so going downhill, I can usually catch people, but I got to stay close. So don't get caught up in that. Don't let your pride hurt you, which is what happened to me on day 1. Can't say enough good things about the bike. I freaking love the thing. It's still a new bike. I've got 650 miles on it. The giant crosscut tires work great, 40C tires. Put those on right before the race, got rid of the Velocitas and put those on. Top tube bag I added before the race. Everything else I've been running. Oh, this I did a review on this, and I didn't love it because it allowed the pump, this original free range, it allowed the pump to touch the frame, but I put frame protection on, so I didn't feel so bad about it. I ended up just putting some inner tube around it as well. I honestly didn't even notice it on the race, so it was kind of cool. Held the pump perfectly well through 110 miles of some nasty gravel stuff. So I might have to do another review on it because I definitely enjoyed it. It worked well. I don't know what else to say. Bike was awesome. The race was awesome. Weather was perfect. Go do stuff, man. Get out, get on the bike, set goals, meet those goals, set new goals. Just keep going. If you've got questions, comments, put them below. I'm happy to answer anything I can. 2021 Tour of Hermann freaking rocked. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you soon. Later.